Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep today
Ooh, diving deep.
into Urban Value Corner Store.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
I have. Yeah, it's fascinating.
It's like, okay, imagine this. You walk out of your apartment
Right.
and boom, there's a store
Right there.
stocked with everything you need
In the building.
right in your building.
Yeah.
And they're really positioning it
Mm-hmm.
as a premium amenity.
It's an amenity, yeah, not just a
Not just like,
slapdash thing.
yeah, not just slapping a vending machine in there.
Exactly.
So we're getting all this from
Okay.
an article by the founder,
Mm.
Steve McKinley,
Okay.
looking back on 5 years
5 years.
of Urban Value.
Wow.
And he really gets into everything.
That's great.
He talks about how they're partnering with developers. So they're focusing on employee growth.
It's a whole ecosystem, it sounds like.
It really is.
Mm.
And he even hints at some like really ambitious plans for the future.
I'm excited to hear about that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So it's interesting because they've figured out, it sounds like, how to make this work for everybody.
It's a win-win
It is.
for everyone involved.
Yeah.
So like, let's unpack this.
Right.
Let's say you're an apartment developer.
All right.
Right.
Hmm.
Competition is fierce.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone's got a gym, they got a pool, maybe even a dog park.
Right. You gotta have a dog park these days.
Yeah, but what if you could offer something truly unique?
Yeah.
Something that really adds value to the property.
What is that special thing?
This is it. Urban Value.
Okay.
They come in
Uh-huh.
and work with developers,
Yeah.
almost like an extension of their team,
That's a great approach.
to really integrate these stores seamlessly into the community.
It makes a lot of sense.
And it's not just like, here's a convenience store,
Right.
McKinley talks about how they tailor each store to the needs of the residents.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so like in one location, they started carrying locally roasted coffee beans
Okay.
because the residents were like, hey, we want more premium options.
You listen to them.
They listened to them.
That's huge.
And that's what sets them apart.
It's the little things.
It really is.
It's that attention to detail.
It is. It's that resident-centric approach.
Right. It's not just
about selling products.
No, it's about building community.
It's about being part of that fabric,
Exactly.
which is brilliant for developers.
Oh, yeah.
Because happy residents.
Happy residents, longer leases.
Longer leases, higher property values.
That's the goal.
Everyone wins.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now McKinley also talks about this concept of autonomous retail.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't know.
What is that?
It sounds a little sci-fi to me.
Sounds futuristic.
So imagine walking into the store, grabbing what you need, and just walking out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on.
No checkout lines.
Seriously?
No scanning.
Wow.
Nothing.
That's wild.
It just automatically charges to your account.
That's the future.
That is the vision of autonomous retail.
That is really interesting.
So like no more fumbling for your wallet
Right.
at midnight when you realize you're out of milk.
You need that ice cream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And McKinley's saying this is something they're actively exploring.
Wow.
They're really looking at how to leverage technology
Interesting.
to create this seamless and personalized shopping experience.
That's incredible.
It is incredible.
So, okay, back up a sec.
Yeah.
How did this all even get started?
So McKinley actually started Urban Value
Right.
5 years ago
Okay.
in McKinney, Texas.
Right?
And their first store
Mm-hmm.
was at a property called Parkside.
Okay.
And that was their testing ground.
So they started small.
They did one store and a big idea.
I love it.
And from that one store,
Yeah.
they've managed to grow and scale,
It's great.
partnering with some of the most forward-thinking developers.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
So they've cracked the code, it sounds like.
They have.
Yeah.
But can they keep that magic going as they expand?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's what we're going to explore
Okay.
as we keep going.
Okay.
Because McKinley has big plans for the future.
I bet.
He's talking about expanding into new markets,
Mm-hmm.
deepening their partnerships,
Yeah.
and really pushing the boundaries of what's possible in retail.
I can't wait to hear more.
It's really fascinating.
Okay.
So we've got the convenience,
Yeah.
we've got the community aspect,
Okay.
this cutting-edge tech,
Mm-hmm.
ambitious growth plans.
Sounds like a recipe for success.
It does,
Yeah.
but there's one more thing
Okay.
that McKinley really emphasizes,
What's that?
their commitment
Okay.
to employee growth.
Interesting.
He talks about how so many of their employees have risen through the ranks,
Oh, wow.
starting in entry-level positions and moving into leadership roles.
That's fantastic.
They're really investing in their people
They're building them up.
and creating opportunities for advancement,
That's great.
which, in today's job market,
Oh, yeah.
is huge.
That's a big differentiator.
So it's a win for the employees,
Uh-huh.
and it's a win for the company.
Absolutely.
So from that single store in McKinney,
Mm-hmm.
urban value has come a long way.
Yeah, they have.
And McKinley paints this really exciting picture of the future.
Okay.
But there's still so much to uncover.
Yeah, there's got to be more to the story.
There is.
All right, well.
So in the next part of our deep dive,
Yes.
we're going to take a closer look at how they're navigating the challenges of growth,
Okay.
how they're using data to inform their decisions,
Interesting.
and what their success could mean for the future of retail and urban living.
Ooh, that's a big one. You know, it's like urban value is creating this whole new category of amenity.
It's not just a gym,
No.
not a pool.
It's like this.
It's integrated retail.
Yeah.
Like right there in your living space.
An extension of your apartment.
Yeah, you can grab your groceries, pick up your dry cleaning.
Get a latte.
Maybe even get a latte.
All without leaving.
All without leaving.
Yeah.
And McKinley really talks about how this is like a major differentiator for developers.
Makes them stand out.
It does. It's like they're not just replicating the same store over and over.
Right.
They're really tailoring each location
Each one's unique.
to the needs of that specific community.
How do they do that?
So they're using data
Okay.
and resident feedback
Interesting.
to inform their decisions.
So they're not just guessing.
No.
They're actually like...
They're analyzing purchasing patterns.
Mm-hmm.
They're conducting surveys.
Wow.
They're even hosting community events.
So they're really plugged in.
They are
Sure.
to what people want.
They're treating each store like its own little micro market. That makes sense.
Because a building full of young professionals
Right.
is going to have different needs
Totally different.
than a community of retirees.
Of course. Of course.
So it's all about that data
Yeah.
and finding that balance
Mm-hmm.
between the residents and the developers.
Right. You got to make both sides happy.
You do, because they can show the developers.
Yeah.
Look, this is contributing to higher occupancy rates.
Prove it with the data.
Prove it with the data.
It's a smart strategy.
It is, but I do wonder,
Yeah.
do they ever run into situations where what the residents want
Yeah.
clashes with the developer's goals?
That's a good question. Does he address that?
He doesn't really address it directly,
Okay.
but he does talk about the importance of transparency and communication.
Makes sense.
So they're working closely with developers
Okay.
from the very beginning.
So it's a collaboration.
It is.
Not
just
better.
like a...
Yeah. Not a one-size-fits-all.
Okay, good.
And it seems to be working. Yeah.
Because McKinley even mentions
Yeah.
how there's been several articles and blog posts
Oh, cool.
praising urban value
That's great.
for their approach
Yeah.
and the positive impact it's having.
So they're getting good press.
They are.
That's always helpful.
Okay, but let's talk about the future,
Okay, the future.
because McKinley hints at
Yeah.
some pretty big goals.
What are they thinking?
Expanding into new markets,
Okay.
deepening those partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've talked about their approach,
Mm-hmm.
the data, the future plans, the employees.
It's a lot.
It is.
But let's, zoom out for a second.
Okay.
What does this tell us
Yeah.
about the future of retail and urban living in general?
What does urban values success really mean?
Yeah.
I think what's so fascinating is they're not just
Yeah.
responding to trends.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually shaping them.
How so?
So think about it.
Okay.
Cities are getting denser,
Yeah.
more people living in these multi-unit dwellings.
Right.
So the demand
Mm-hmm.
for those convenient, localized services,
Like groceries, pharmacies,
those essential,
dry cleaner.
is only going to increase.
Gotta go somewhere.
And traditionally, those services have been out
Yeah.
on the outskirts of cities.
You need a car.
You need a car.
Yeah.
But urban value brings it right into the heart of the community.
So convenient.
And it's transforming how we think about city living.
It really is.
Imagine a city where you can walk or bike
Yeah.
to everything you need.
That's the dream.
No more traffic.
No more parking nightmares.
You're not isolated from your neighbors.
You're part of a community.
And urban value is making that happen.
They're leading the way.
They are. But it makes me wonder,
Yeah.
could this work outside of these big apartment complexes?
That's the question.
Could it be applied to smaller buildings,
Like a condo complex?
a condo complex,
Or even just a neighborhood?
or even just a neighborhood?
That's interesting.
Or what about college campuses?
Ooh, college campuses.
Students are always on the go.
Yeah.
They need that convenience.
They do.
Imagine an urban value right in the dorm.
Stocked with snacks.
Snacks, toiletries,
Yeah.
school supplies.
Late night study fuel.
It would be amazing.
No more midnight runs to the store.
And it's not just for students.
Right.
Faculty and staff could benefit too.
It could be a hub for everyone.
It could.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then there's senior living facilities.
Okay.
Convenience is so important for older adults.
Absolutely.
Having
Yes.
those essentials right there.
It's about accessibility.
It really could improve their quality of life.
It could, yeah.
And it could even help reduce social isolation
That's important.
by providing that central gathering place.
It's like a community center. Yeah.
So we've talked about a lot of different environments,
We have.
and it seems like this model
Yeah.
could be really adaptable.
It could work in a lot of places.
That's what's so exciting.
Yeah.
It's not just a solution. It's a framework for creating value
And enhancing communities.
in so many different settings.
That's really cool.
But of course, there are going to be challenges
Of course.
with scaling any business.
Right.
They're going to have to consider
Yeah.
local demographics, space constraints,
Logistics.
all of that.
All the challenges of running a business.
But they also have to maintain that personalization
Right. That's key.
and that community focus.
That's what makes them special.
That's what makes them special.
Yeah.
So do you think they have what it takes
I think so.
to really revolutionize the way we shop and live?
I think they have all the right pieces. They have a good idea. They're using data.
They're committed to the community,
They're forward thinking.
and they're addressing a real need.
Yeah. As cities grow,
Yeah.
that need for convenience is only going to get bigger.
And urban value is ahead of the curve.
They're on the cutting edge.
They are. So what do you think the future holds
Yeah. What do you think, listener?
for Urban Value Corner Store?
Will they become the go-to
For everything,
for everything you need?
from groceries to gifts.
Who knows?
And how will their model evolve
Yeah. How will it change?
and shape retail in the years to come?
It's an exciting time for retail
It is.
and for urban living.
So keep exploring
Yeah. Do your own deep dive.
and let us know what you discover.
We want to hear from you.
As always, thanks for joining us
Thanks for listening.
on this deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
Until next time, happy exploring.